Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here. This is going to be the second game from the MST, the Survivor Tournament for the MSL. The second match, it is going to be By.BaBy and Luxury, who always calls himself Practice. I always want to say, whenever that screen pops up, I mean, it's going to be playing Luxury, and then I'm like, wait, it says oh, right, Practice is Luxury. He's just messing with my brain, and you'd think at some point I'd get used to it, but nope. Still always catches me by surprise sometime. And we're gonna see another game on Fighting Spirit. By.BaBy recently had an all kill in Winners League. Baby had an all kill. Granted, it was against Ace, so maybe not the most accomplishing or most impressive all kill, but an all kill it is. So that's 4 wins for him in the Pro League just from that one series. So very good. I'm sure that he is riding a pretty high wave of momentum here. He's got to be pretty happy with himself. Got to be playing confidently. And in that situation, no matter what the case, you got to think that he's got a pretty good shot in this game against Luxury. He's a pretty solid player. He's gotten better every single year. He's been playing for a couple years actually. Started out with some pretty limited playing time and slowly has gotten more and more playing time at We Made Fox, and at this point he's almost a regular. I would say he plays every other game or every other series. He pretty much plays. In Winners League I think he probably plays a little more, but yeah, I think he's gaining prominence, and he's a young guy. He's only 15, and I mean that's younger even than Flash. I mean, Baby came on the scene I think when he was like 13 or something. He was barely pubescent, if pubescent at all. So that is a tough time to just jump into a professional scene of any type. So props to him for sticking to it and really having the chops to really stay with it. We've seen in other sports you oftentimes see guys that try to come in so young kind of fail, and the man who comes to, or the guy that comes to mind in particularly is in soccer, the American soccer player Freddie Adu, who was just named as like a soccer prodigy at the age of like 14 or something. American soccer fans, myself included, were really hoping that he would become really a star player, and he's just never panned out. So much hype was placed on him, and nothing really came of it. Baby, on the other hand, he's had a lot of hype placed on him, but I don't think the expectations for him to become a savior of a sport like there were on Freddie Adu. So while there were expectations, they weren't as immediate as they were for sometimes for other players. And he's actually going for a bunker rush. Oh, Baby's going for a bunker rush, and I think Luxury's actually going to let him pull this off. That bunker's actually going to almost be completed, and not actually going to finish it off. So it's kind of a fake bunker rush there to scare Luxury more than anything else. We got 3 hatches and a spotting pool coming up here for Luxury, and Luxury just completely figured out what was going on, not even mildly concerned. We saw like 2 drones being pulled off. I think he detected that it was a fake and was just like, meh, if you want to waste whatever. I don't really know what the percentages are of 75 minerals. I don't really know how many minerals they lose. Baby loses for doing that, but it's not a real heavy investment by Baby. Maybe 25, 30 minerals lost. Nothing too awful. But a little psychological advantage certainly for Luxury, knowing that he's predicted what Baby's doing. Definitely helpful. Although I don't know if he's really predicted it as much as he's had an Overlord looking around. I think he's got an Overlord in the south. That's kind of how he knew there was no Marines coming forward, so he didn't really have to react as well. But, it is what it is, and not a very significant play overall. We do have a lot of Zerglings streaming towards Baby's base, but there already is a bunker up, and Baby already has it loaded up, so he should be well prepared to stop any sort of run by. It doesn't even look like Luxury's actually going to try it. And Baby throwing down a refinery as well. So this is a pretty standard opening from Baby, other than that fake bunker rush. And Luxury, it seems, is going to be going for a 3-hatch muta build, which is going to get completely scouted out. And yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of Zerglings out. This is one thing I don't like sometimes out of pro players. Sometimes they kind of make weird decisions. Like, you produce 6 Zerglings. That's your requisite. Your base is 6 Zerglings, but he produced 8. And if you're going to produce... 8 is such an odd number of Zerglings to produce. You either got to go for a run by, or you've just pretty much taken an economic hit there, not having a 1 or even 2 drones less. We actually have seen a lot of Zerg players actually cut their requisite 6 Zerglings down to 4, and just hope that their opponent doesn't go for any sort of 2-Rex cheesy push or anything too early. And usually you're safe to do that because Terrans just usually don't need to. They can just win by playing pretty standardly. So I actually do enjoy seeing when Zerg players actually drop down to 4 Zerglings. I think it's very, very cool. And it looks like Luxury actually spreading his forces around the map. Maybe thought that there was a proxy somewhere. But once again, just very, very weird. Didn't actually go to the corners of the map, just kind of scouting out the middle and seeing if anything was there. But not really doing much, and he's setting up his contain, but he's not going to be able to do any sort of a run by. It's really not enough Zerglings even to counter the Marines and medics that have been produced. So I just really don't like this build by Luxury. I think Luxury is just not. Ever since his MSL victory, he's just been playing not well, to put it simply, and it's just really unfortunate. I mean, KT Rollster has 2 of these guys. They've got Luxury and they've got 4GG, 2 guys that have won MSLs, consecutive MSLs, and then kind of dropped off. And actually, Luxury able to get a run by because Baby pushed out with his forces, and so Luxury actually is finally able to get a little bit of a run by here, but not microing his Zerglings. What is he doing? Luxury didn't even micro those Zerglings at all. He just sent them into the base and then was like, "Do what you want. I'm done. I'm done. I've got my Zerglings into a good position. I don't care what they do. I looked good, and that's good enough for me. I'm Luxury, and that's actually not good." He had killed 2 Marines and maybe an SCV, which is not good at all if you're sacrificing 8 Zerglings for that. So he had a chance there, Luxury, and just completely squandered it. And like I said, he's just looked pretty mediocre ever since that Lost Saga MSL victory. He's just looked very, very mediocre, up and down, up and down. He used to be a real powerhouse versus Zerg. He was, for a significant period of time, I would say he was the second best versus ZVZ player in the world after Jaedong. But he's kind of even dropped off from that pedestal. He's kind of doesn't really have too much to hang his hat on anymore. And I think everyone wants to see Luxury make a little bit of a comeback, maybe start to make a name for himself. I think Luxury and Yarnak both, it's good for the game when those two are doing well. It's another cool storyline to have twins do well. Definitely exciting to see. And their game against each other, the twins playing against each other on Battle Royale last year, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was pretty epic and awesome. Very, very cool. And Baby actually moving his forces to the top left, his first squad of Medic Marine, and was able to pick off the drone that was going to try and set up a base there. So Luxury was forced to send a second drone to the 12 o'clock position, going to try and establish one there. And it looks like Luxury is going to come in here and try and micro down this Medic Marine force. Now this Medic Marine force obviously out here has no turret support. So he's just got to use his Marines as they are to try and do as much damage to these Mutalisks as possible. I don't think he has any chance of a victory here, but he has a chance. If he can do some significant damage, he'll be very happy here. And we'll get to see Luxury's Muta Micro. This is Muta versus Marine Micro at its best. There's really nothing that either of these players can do other than just micro, and it looks like maybe one or 2 Mutalisks actually going down there for Luxury, which is not what he wanted to do. He really shouldn't have lost any Mutalisks in that situation if possible, but also could have just been good micro by Baby if he was able to continuously choose the same Mutalisk to attack, because Luxury's stack really wasn't as perfect as it could have been, as you would hope for some players to be. We got some Zerglings also out in the field, could actually get a little bit of a surround here on Baby's force, and that looks like what we're trying to do. And good attack here by Luxury, actually doing a ton of damage, and gonna eliminate the second squad of Medic Marine for Baby. So Baby really is on the losing end right now. I'm really struggling, really struggling. This is similar to what we saw between, I believe it was Washin and Zero, maybe. Actually, no.